Well, good morning and welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. I am your host, Michelle Baker, for the first time.
I know, you're sitting in the chair.
I am sitting in the chair.
That's
I've never gotten to sit in this chair before. So good morning to everyone, and good morning to my co-host, Kim.
I know, we're so glad to have Michelle. I mean, she has been a co-host for a long time, since, I mean, almost since the very beginning of the birth of Tennessee Valley this morning. And she has co-hosted with many, many people, and we are so glad to have her as a host, and we would like to have you as a regular on maybe once a month, twice a month, or once a week.
We're going to figure out a schedule. Don't know about once a week, but we'll see what we can do. But so Kim, what have you been up to?
Well, same old, same old. It's going to be the weekend, and we're glad about that. I know it's supposed to be gorgeous. Can you believe, though, that it's this nice in August?
No. I was talking, of course, everybody knows from when I've hosted with Dan, I have a camper on the river, and got up one Saturday morning, and it was 60 degrees in August.
In August. But in May, we almost died.
I know.
I mean, in April and May, it was like ridiculous. And so there might be something to, I mean, Joe says there's something to that internet thing. You know, it might catch on pretty soon. He's thinking that maybe it might. But there might be something to that whole global, maybe not warming, or just some weird weather pattern.
I don't know. Now, my husband always just says, look, weather patterns change. They shift. But it's not supposed to be 60 degrees in August.
I'm not complaining.
Well, see, I am, because I'm a summer girl.
Okay.
I am a summer girl. Do not like it when it gets cold. When fall starts coming in, I start getting kind of down and yucky, and because I know winter's coming, and I just can't do it. So I'm ready to hang on to summer for a little bit longer.
And it's been a good summer. It's been a good one. I mean, we've had enough rain, so it hasn't been too dry and too horrible. But I guess maybe we might be in for a hard winter. But Cleveland does have ugly winters. If it doesn't snow, they just rain and gloomy. And I'm with you. It does make me horrible. I'm like, I can't work today.
It's like, I don't want to do this.
No, I don't
want to get out of bed. It's too cold.
Do this. I need to read today.
Yeah.
So.
But this weekend is supposed to be beautiful.
Absolutely.
Absolutely beautiful. Great weekend to get out, do a few things. I know we've got a lot of things going on in Cleveland this weekend.
Cruise In is downtown, so all the cars are going to be downtown, and
I can't tell my husband about that. I'll never get him out of there.
I just, I'm like, I tell Joe, I'm like, don't you want to go see the cars? The Rev, big boy, go see the cars.
Yeah.
He wants me to go with him, and I'm like, no, I don't.
It's like, you go ahead and go. Have a good time.
Have a good time.
My issue is my husband always wants to enter cars in the car show.
Oh.
Because he has an old Jeep, and people ask me if my husband has any hobbies, and it is collecting Jeeps. I think we have 5 or 6 now.
Oh, wow.
And he's about to finish another one, so yeah.
So, and then probably it would be up to you to have to help clean it up and get it all ready. And
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
The joy of that, isn't
it?
The
joy of men and their toys. So I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Well, for all of you car buffs, though, it is a great time downtown Cleveland. They closed the whole place off, and there's a new restaurant downtown. It's called the Cobblestone Grill, and it's where Diamond Lil's used to be. Those of you that know where Diamond Lil's, and it was the chocolate meringue pie. Let's just have a moment over that. But anyway, there's a brand new restaurant in there, and it looks great. I walked by it, and they have the little outdoor tables during lunchtime, and out there that you can sit. So you want to go out there and maybe try that?
That'll be a good time to do that this weekend, with as pretty as it's going to be. And as pretty as it is, there's always so much scenery and things to do around here.
I bet there's going to be like 10,000 garage sales. And
I'd say there will be.
Give or take a few thousand.
Yeah, just a couple, and there'll probably be 10,000 boats on the water this weekend,
absolutely.
which is where I will plan on being this weekend.
Look at you, always out on the boat, and you look like that. You're always all sun glowing from the sun.
Well, that's another reason I love summer. Don't want to get rid of it. But we've got a great show today, though. We do.
Who's coming?
Well, I'm so glad to have Cindy Lowry with the Alzheimer's Association with us today. She is always such a wealth of knowledge, and there's a big event coming up in September, so we wanted to let everybody know about that. It's just a cause that's very near and dear to my heart, as I know it is yours too.
Absolutely.
So we have Cindy, and then we have Chris Newton and Bruce Bradford from the local Kiwanis Club, which I'm also a member, and they're here to talk about another event that's going on this weekend that
Okay, so what's that?
It is Pooches to Pedigrees. It's a dog show that the Kiwanis Club is putting on this weekend. So it's always a good time. It's the 2nd annual.
Well, we're dog people. We have 3.
You have 3. I have 2, and 3 cats.
Oh, see, we don't have the cats, but I keep telling my little Chihuahua, the mean one. Well, she's not mean. She's just the boss of everybody. Yes. I keep telling her, I'm getting a kitten now. I said, that'll take that attitude because she's the boss of everybody.
It will, because I have one cat that's a solid black cat, and he is the boss of the house. I mean, the big dogs come around him, and he just lets them know really quick, this is mine, and you need to go. And I'm like, he's almost like a woman. So we women have to know how to be rulers of the roost.
That's right. They say that you own dogs, but cats own you. If you have a cat, that they own you, but you can own a dog. So.
Yes. So you have a Chihuahua.
We have 3 Chihuahuas.
3 Chihuahuas.
We have 3 Chihuahuas, yes. And so the middle one, the smallest one, rules the roost.
Okay.
I mean, she rules the roost. Now we were just talking about before, we have a snake.
Yeah, and see, I am not excited about that at all.
It's a great mother-in-law deterrent. My husband, that's what he did. My mom will not even, if Joe has the snake out of the cage, she will not even come inside the home.
I understand that. I'm just like your mother.
She just completely freaks out to know. I mean, she loses herself. She doesn't just get feared, as some people would say. She freaks out.
See, and that's me. My husband. It's so funny because if I see one at the river, I'm a very outdoorsy person, but I cannot stand to be around snakes. And if I see one, I have this very distinctive scream. And he'll come around and go, okay, where is it? I know there's one around here somewhere. He knows exactly what's wrong before I even say a word. And you think I'm kidding, but the day I stepped on one at the river was quite eventful. Yeah, I ended up at the end of the dock, and I don't know how I got there. I think I just floated and levitated to the end of the dock. It was. I was like, I don't know how I got here, but it's over there. Go get it. So I can't imagine having a snake in my house.
Yeah, it's not bad, and now I'm not crazy about them. Don't get me wrong, but I knew that in order to live in the house, and of course, who bought them for my husband? Who bought them?
Of course you did.
He was brought up in Florida, and that was in Orlando, before Disney World or SeaWorld or any of that was there. And the only thing that was around was called Gatorland. And it was all swamp area and forest and Everglades, kind of in a sense, in that area before it was developed. And him and his brother used to hunt snakes, and they would take them and sell them by the foot to Gatorland. And so he's always kept snakes and always had them as pets. I mean, he's never been afraid. He'll catch one if you have one at your house that you need to get out. He'll come get it. He doesn't want you to kill it. He'll go get it and release it. And so I bought him the ball python, and then I did the big thing when a Burmese, a really big one, like a 12-foot one. I bought it that she grew to about 15 feet. But when we were moving back to Florida, we had to get rid of it because they've let so many go in the Everglades down there. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, I cannot imagine. Now, my husband and my children are not scared of them.
See?
They'll catch them. They'll play with them. I just tell them if they have to choose between the snake and their mother or their wife, because I'm not going in the house.
Right.
I refuse.
I understand. I do.
I can't do it.
I just had to do it, or he would have put them in the bed or in the shower with me, and I knew I had to get a certain poker face.
It's like, okay, I cannot do. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, if Rob is watching the show, honey, no.
No.
I will not be converted. I cannot do it.
And I understand that, but being the loving, wonderful wife that I am,
I am not loving and wonderful when it comes to this situation. I just can't do it. I just
had a moment.
I understand. But like I said, we've got a great show. We have Cindy from the Alzheimer's Association, and we have Bruce and Chris from the Kiwanis Club. And I'm really excited that they're here, and I'm really excited to be your host for the first time. And we'll see how it goes.
It's going great.
All right, then.
It's going great.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Stay with us.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat-screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Welcome back. We're glad you're still with us. And as our first guest today, we have one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Miss Cindy Lowry with the Alzheimer's Association. Cindy, we're so glad you could be here this morning so early.
Thank you, Michelle. I know it was a nice dark drive from Chattanooga this morning, but I appreciate you inviting me.
Well, you're welcome, and we're just so glad you could be here. Tell our viewers a little bit about the Alzheimer's Association and kind of what you do and what your mission is.
Well, the Alzheimer's Association has over 70 chapters nationwide, and our mission is to provide care and support to families who are going through the crisis of Alzheimer's disease, and primarily then to raise money to find a cure. We are, Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States, and we don't have a cure. So we want to find a cure and want to find a way to stop it.
And see, I think that's what throws a lot of people off about the disease is when you finally say there is no cure, that really kind of throws them aback.
And even when you say that it's a cause of death, a lot of people still think that Alzheimer's disease is about losing your memory. And Alzheimer's disease is a fatal disease of the brain. It's not a psychiatric problem. It's a disease of the brain, and we don't have a way to stop it, and we don't have a cure. And so that is our, #1 mission. And of course, the families that are going through Alzheimer's disease, you really can't understand until you've been there. So we provide, all of our services are free. Our office is in Chattanooga. Our services are free. We provide support groups for families who are going through this. We have a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week toll-free helpline, so that if someone,
I think, is amazing.
It's awesome.
I think it's great.
Master's level clinicians staff that hotline, and so someone can call at 2 o'clock in the morning or on a Sunday afternoon with a question and get expert advice, not get an answering machine, not get routed to someone who's going to take a message and get back to you, but get a master's level clinician who can help them. And we do conferences for caregivers. We do education. We've got a great education program going on right now with first responders. We've got a conference coming up for pastoral care to work with churches and pastors on how to deal with their families who are dealing with Alzheimer's disease. The first responder training is ongoing, but we're working with a lot of police departments throughout the Southeast Tennessee area. So we've got a lot going on.
See, and I think that education is so important because so many people don't understand how to talk to an Alzheimer's patient. They don't understand
that you can't reason.
You
and it's
can't
actually,
reason.
I mean, because most of the time when they get a call, the first responders get a call, it's because there's a unusual situation, and there may be combative, behavior or very bizarre, and there's no way to just really reason that away.
Well, and most of the time it's wandering. Alzheimer's patients wander, and they leave home and go for a walk and then forget where they are and either end up in the wrong home or a policeman finds them on the side of the road. And a lot of times they do not know their name, they do not know their address, they cannot articulate where they are or where they're going. And so a first responder looks at that as a psychiatric problem or a drug or alcohol problem.
Absolutely.
And so we have done a lot of work in helping first responders identify that person is an Alzheimer's patient, and then and taking steps to get them back home versus taking them to a jail or a psychiatric hospital, which can exacerbate the Alzheimer's. So it's critical for that person to be able to identify and then act accordingly.
Right. And doesn't the Alzheimer's Association provide bracelets or
Absolutely.
necklaces?
We have a safe return program. If anyone is interested, the 800 number that I mentioned, I'll go ahead and say it.
Go ahead.
It's 1-800-272-3900. And you can call that number again 24/7 to get information or to get information specifically on that safe return program.
Right. And I go ahead.
No, I was just going to say my father had a bracelet that he
Did he
wore.
have a
Yes,
bracelet?
Because when he started to wander, we did that. We had a bracelet.
So many times they want to go home.
Yes.
Right.
And you don't know if home is
They don't know,
their home or their childhood home or the home they lived in as a middle-aged parent, or it's really difficult to make that determination. And also there's a Silver Alert program now.
There is a Silver Alert. The Alzheimer's Association was instrumental in getting that passed into law. Tennessee was one of the first states who adopted that. And basically it means that if an Alzheimer's patient goes missing, the family can report that person missing and the police don't have to wait for the 24-hour waiting period to pass. They can start looking for that person immediately.
Like an
unlike child abductions, with Amber Alerts, children are usually abducted and taken away from their home. Alzheimer's patients who wander are usually found within 1 mile of their home. And so it's critical that a search be started immediately. Especially, I heard you talking earlier about the hot weather back in May, and of course going into winter with cold weather. They could fall or not be able to get back home, and then have some consequences due to the weather. So it's just important to start that search immediately.
Well, and I've always been a huge advocate for the Alzheimer's Association. I think nobody can completely understand what the families go through and what the resident goes through. So I applaud you guys for your services that you provide. But now to find a cure, you have to raise money.
That's right.
So I wanted you to tell us about this event we have coming up that I'm so excited about.
Our Walk to End Alzheimer's will be here in Cleveland on Saturday, September 22nd. We are moving across the street from Cleveland High School this year. We're going to be at the old First Tennessee Bank property, and our walk will be on the Greenway. We did that last year, and it's just a much prettier walk, and we get to get out away from the school and walk and then come back in. So we will have registration that morning from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And then our opening ceremony begins at 10 and the walk begins at about 10:20 to 10:25. And we're usually through by 11 to 11:15. So people can come out, walk, show their support, and then still have the rest of the day to go to lunch with the family or go to the ball games or go to craft shows or whatever's going on that time of year. But it's our #1 fundraiser, and we are inviting people to come out and walk with us. They can register now at www.alz.org. They can go and register, start a team. We will be glad. I brought some material, but we'll be glad to mail a team packet with all kinds of information on how to fundraise. And I brought our little promise flowers with me today.
I love those.
This was something new that we started last year, and I brought the Tennessee orange with me to show. But each color represents something. I'm not going to go through all the colors, but everyone who comes to walk gets a free promise flower.
Oh, wow.
And they can write on this, and then they get to take this home with them at the end of the day. So we would love for everyone to come out, start a team, or just come out with your family. Bring the dogs out, wear purple. For everyone who raises at least $100, they get a t-shirt. And we have something new that we started last year, that's our Champions Club. And for everyone who raises at least $500, they become a member of our Champions Club, and we have some special treats for them. And then a Champions Club only luncheon in February, March, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Kim, you and I were talking about food earlier. I think we both need to be part of the Champions Club so we can go to the lunch.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And I'll give you a plug, because we really appreciate Michelle, Clare Bridge, and Wellington Place. Are part of course Brookdale, and Brookdale's one of our national sponsors. So we appreciate you and your support here in Cleveland. Life Care Centers of America and Garden Plaza and Life Care Center of Cleveland are major sponsors this year also. And
there is some good sponsorship, you know, and that's one thing I've always talked about Cleveland and Bradley County. When it comes to causes and needs, you know, Cleveland and Bradley County always steps up. You know, they always come calling when there's a need that arises. This is just another need, you know, in this community, because the numbers are just staggering.
Numbers are scary. 5.4 million Americans have Alzheimer's disease. Another person is diagnosed every 68 seconds in this country.
Wow.
And of course, September is World Alzheimer's Month, and Friday, September 21st, is World Alzheimer's Day. So our Cleveland Walk will come right after World Alzheimer's Day. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on around that also.
See, and that's great. So please get involved with this worthy cause. It's so necessary. It's just incredible.
And that's what we had talked last week about, how there really is no cure for Alzheimer's, and you were talking about before that people don't realize that it is a death sentence, and it's like, I mean, you've got like a maximum of about 10 years. Is that true? 10 to 12 is about the maximum?
It depends
on when
the diagnosis is made. I had a lady come in this morning just in tears. Her husband was just diagnosed yesterday. He's 55. Just got the diagnosis, and you know, it's striking earlier and earlier. A lot of people got really involved last year when Pat Summitt made her announcement, and people see that it is affecting younger people. I had someone yesterday ask me, why does it seem like there's so many more people with Alzheimer's disease? Number one, it's because we're living longer, which is a good thing, but we want to maintain quality of life. But the baby boomer generation has just started turning 65. So as that large population moves into that 65 plus age bracket, the numbers will continue to grow.
See, and it amazes me, you know, you said you just had someone yesterday. I spoke with someone yesterday, and he is 65 and has been diagnosed for about 6 years. And, you know, it's just, that's not anything that you plan to have to take care of at such an early age.
No, and you know, we think about it with our parents.
Right.
But we had a lady come in probably about 6 months ago. She was in her 70s, and her 51-year-old son was diagnosed.
It's amazing.
And she was the first parent that I spoke to who was going to be caring for a son. Child. And that really hit home with me because I thought, wow, 51.
Yeah, this lady that came in yesterday for her husband, she was talking, they have a 17-year-old daughter, a senior in high school. And so it's incredible, you know, the amount of impact it has, you know. And it seems everyone has their Alzheimer's story now.
Right,
we talked about that too.
Yep. And nobody's going to just beat it. We were talking about that last week to where the Pat Summitt, you think, oh, she's strong, she's going to beat it, and it's like, no, it's, you know, it's just that much, we need that much more research and the money to go for that, to where, you know, people need to really get out there and get behind the walk and raise the money for that cure, because, you know, it's a hard diagnosis to deal with.
It is. And if anyone's watching who has a group or a school group that would like someone to come speak to that group and talk about Alzheimer's and what's going on, we'd be glad to send someone out to provide an education component to let people learn more about that. We do a lot of training with caregivers and with facilities, but that's another one of the services that we provide, and again, it's free. But we do really encourage everyone to get involved. We want to grow our Cleveland Walk, and Cleveland always turns out. We always have beautiful weather up here. I don't know what it is, but this is my 5th walk season, and we've had some monsoons in Chattanooga and in Marion County. But so far, I think everybody up here is just living right or something.
It's Cleveland, Bradley County, of course it is.
We always have beautiful weather.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
I know. You're saying all this. I'm like,
give me some wood somewhere.
Exactly. Well, Cindy,
that's all right. We'll walk in the rain.
That's right.
We're going to keep our
fingers crossed.
It's going to be beautiful.
Well, Cindy, tell them again how to get in touch with you to start a team or to make a donation or whatever they feel they need to do.
Okay, well, our website is www.alz.org. They can call our local office at 1-800-272-3900. That number will ring at our local office during business hours and will be answered by the helpline during off-business when the office is not open. But register a team. The walk is Saturday, September 22nd. Registration's at 9. Opening ceremony is about 10. And we'd love for you to come join us.
Well, Cindy, you know I'll be there. I will be there,
right.
And I'll be supporting. So
Thank you. In your purple.
And in my purple.
We won't have any snakes.
No, and no snakes. That's a good thing. Bring the dogs, no snakes.
That's right.
No, I'm good without it.
Yeah, bring the dogs.
Me too. I'm with you.
Well, Cindy, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And I appreciate you being here. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break and come back with Chris and Bruce from the Kiwanis Club. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Welcome back, and sitting with me now are two really great guys that I am very proud to say I am in an organization with. This is Chris Newton and Bruce Bradford with the local Cleveland Kiwanis Club. Welcome, guys.
Good morning, thank you.
And we're going to talk about another event that everybody can go to this weekend. We were talking about how pretty it was going to be, so it's the perfect weekend for a dog show.
That's absolutely correct.
So tell me a little bit about this dog show.
Well, it's our second annual Pooches to Pedigrees dog show. It's one of those second annual events. Last year we had one, and it's first year of doing it. We learned a lot through that process, but we had a lot of people come out on a brisk, windy Saturday morning last year with that tropical depression or whatever that came through Louisiana, decided to visit up on Cleveland, Tennessee for a little bit. We had about 300 people there last year. We had over 75 people who entered 75 different dogs into the different categories. And we're doing this at the Tri-State Exhibition Center tomorrow morning, on Saturday morning. We've got the registration time is from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m.
Okay.
I noticed in the banner we had a typo in there that said 10 p.m. We're not going to be there until 10 p.m.
Not that long. It's a lot of different, long time to show dogs.
25 hours. Yeah, you got 15 different categories that we're talking about on this. But anyway, 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. is the actual registration time, and 10:15 show start. $3 per carload of people, whether you got one or whether you got 25 in there.
Kind of like the drive-in used to be.
That's right. Just
exactly
like Midway
like
Drive-In.
the drive-in. I love Midway Drive-In. I haven't been there in a long time.
And the entrance fees for the categories are $5 per category, and if someone wants to participate in People's Choice, I know we heard the conversation before about the car shows. If you've ever gone to the car shows, if you do a legit one, whether it be Disabled American Veterans or so forth, they've got a People's Choice Award. And basically you have to enter in 3 different categories, and there's some other stuff we do on there, but it's good, clean fun, good family fun, and it's a cheap bargain to bring your kids out just to witness and to watch, because we're going to have some fun in some of the categories.
So this isn't going to be like Westminster Dog Show.
It's not AKC.
Oh yes, of course.
So it's very serious and
very highly formal and plagiarized. I mean,
bow ties.
Bow ties. Yes.
Tell me about the categories then, because this sounds. I wasn't able to attend last year, so I haven't been. So tell me the different categories.
Well, now the first two we can tell you about is cutest dog.
Okay.
And that's for 16 and under, I think, and then adults over 16. So the kids can get involved too. So,
great.
So cutest dog, because there's 2 other categories called most beautiful dog. So I'm not quite sure how the judges are going to differentiate between cute and beautiful. My wife could probably do it just like that. But,
that's a female instinct.
But it's important to note the kids can do that. Yeah, that's right. It has to have the little touch there. But it's important to note, though, that the youngsters can get involved with that also if they want to bring their dogs. So.
That's neat.
But there's 4 of the categories right there.
That's right. I mean, we've got, like I say, People's Choice on there, most creative haircut, cutest puppy, best mascot, best mutt, dog that looks most like its owner. I could win that one.
I think my husband and my daughter, my husband could win that one with my dog. Yeah. I have the best mutt, though.
Yeah.
I do. His name's Jack.
Jack.
His name
what's
is
Jack look like?
Jack looks like an overgrown Jack Russell Terrier, actually. But he kind of is built like a I don't know, a tick. He's real swollen and got little short legs. And he is the best dog ever. He is the best dog I've ever had.
Well, if I could show him, then he might get dog looks most like his own.
No.
If I could show him filled up like this. There is also a category that I love, the ugliest dog contest.
Oh, see?
And I'm here to tell you, I have found the ugliest dog in the world. I've bought it, and I'm going to have Chris show it so he can win 2 categories. Ugliest dog and dog that looks most like its owner will be a lot for Chris.
You know, I've got. You're gonna love this because I have a half Boston Terrier. Okay, it's half and half English Bulldog.
Oh, well, now I bet that is an interesting...
It looks like a pony keg walking around.
A pony keg.
Okay. That's what it looked like with legs, you know.
See, that's kind of what my jack looks like, you know, just kind of round.
Completely.
Short legs. But see, I think it's so wonderful that the club is doing something like this, because it's just fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it is, of course, a fundraiser. So tell the viewers a little bit about what we do as a club, about what Kiwanis does, our history, our mission, those kinds of things.
Well, our mission is serving the children of the world. And whether that be in our own backyard here in Cleveland and Bradley County in southeast Tennessee, or we've got districts like the Kentucky-Tennessee district, but also internationally. And, you know, there's over a third of a million people who belong to a Kiwanis Club in membership, and from every jurisdiction across the country. And throughout the globe. But here locally, we do the Coats for Kids and the clothing drive at Christmas time. We participate in the Creating Christmas Memories program here locally as well as volunteers, but more importantly, we do it for some of the Head Start classrooms. We target a couple of classrooms per year to do the clothing drive. We do college scholarships also, which is a great big deal, and anyone who's going to college or have children in college understands that completely.
I understand it completely.
You know, the cost of inflation, education's really gone up.
Incredible.
You know, or whether it be for the key clubs or builders clubs in the middle schools. So we do lots of other things. Same thing here at Cleveland State Community College here in town. Is with the Dr. Seuss Day.
That's a great event. You guys, everybody will have to come back for that too. It's just a fun event.
Did you ever finish your books? Did you ever get through all of it?
Oh, absolutely.
Good. That's
all
good.
5 pages.
Awesome. Congratulations. God bless.
Hop on Pop. I know that book.
You know that one? My favorite was One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish.
There you go.
That was my favorite.
See, which two did we do this year? We did Pop on Pop and one of the classics. Yeah, Bluefish.
That's exactly right.
Was that the one?
One fish, 2 fish, and
that's exactly
right.
One
fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
That's it.
You know, you got it down pat.
I know that. I know that book.
And you know what? There were so many people here and so many young people here and kids. I'm talking about toddlers on up. But we gave out over 750 books to children in this community.
And that's amazing because, you know, reading is such an important part of a child's growth.
Yes. Right.
And just to be able to support something like that is what's incredible. And what I love about the Kiwanis Club too is, yes, we support you know, different causes with money, but it's with hands-on too.
Yes.
And that's part of the joy of being part of a civic club. So it's fun.
That is very true. And the thing also too with days like Dr. Seuss Day, you know, so many of us are blessed with so many things this day that we don't fully appreciate the little things that we have. And some of those youngsters, you know, were excited to have a new book, a brand new book, and no one else had opened it. And that really touched my heart to see how much that meant to those kids. And it reminded me that I need to be more appreciative of what I've got in my life.
Of what you have.
Yes.
Oh, I understand that completely. So if someone wanted to become a Kiwanis Club member,
yes,
how would we do that?
Ask one to be one.
Ask one to be one. That's right. I'm inviting all of our viewers to contact us about becoming a member of the Kiwanis Club. I've been a member since '96, so I've been a member for a long time. So I believe in the Kiwanis Club. So
fantastic.
We do have a website, if I remember this correctly. I believe it's clevelandkiwanis10.com, I think.
I believe so.
I believe that's what it is, or vice versa. I always get it confused because it's on my favorites.
Make sure that we have it correct before. We should know that. But
we should, but we don't.
Should. But so is there? So how long are you expecting the event to last on Saturday? Because I think that's going to be just a fun.
You most likely forget the registration, but the actual from showtime from 10:15 on. Probably an hour and a half to 2 hours maximum because of the number of categories. And it's also based upon the number of actual participants, dogs that are actually in the show. But we hope it goes along a little smoother this year. We had a few hiccups from the learning curve last year, but but we're giving trophies out for the categories. We're giving out ribbons for the categories. And it's going to really be fun. I'm looking forward to it this year after having seen what I saw last year. And it's just good, clean, wholesome fun, whether you're coming just to watch the other folks that are in the program and watch the other dogs, or whether you really want to be an active participant in the program itself.
Right. See, and it's going to be so pretty this weekend. You can come out, go to the dog show, go to the cruise in, you know, you go out and raise some money for Alzheimer's. It's going to be a beautiful weekend to get out and do some things like this.
There's something, you know, like the car show, you know, car show folks who have put all the time in the car, they have something when they meet other car owners and they've never met them before, they have something in common. And that seems to be true with dog owners too. You know, they show up and they just chat and tell each other about their dogs and just have a good time, and that's the atmosphere that you have there. Hey, and there's going to be some food there too, Chris.
That's right. The concession stand will be open.
Okay. Kim, we're going to the dog show Saturday. Kim and I are on this food kick today. So what kind of food are you just like?
You're going to have the hot dogs, you know, the normal stuff that you would have on that, the drinks and just small orders, you know, nachos, that kind of thing.
All right, sounds good to me. Well, I'm going to see if I can bring my Jack, maybe, if I can get him to, he's old and hateful now. So, you know, he's like 13 years old, so he's just like, nah, I don't want to do what you want to do. And then I have my Dachshund, my Annabelle. She's a year old, but yeah, she's a little too yippy. You have a category yippiest dog?
Why, we can make one up.
We can make one up. Annabelle wins yippiest dog. So.
Well, now, you know you don't have to be a dog to get a trophy.
Uh-oh.
There's even the category, or dogagory. Shouldn't be a category,
That's
be a dogagory.
Dogagory.
For best impersonation. So if you can bark like a dog, you know, come on out and give us your. That'll be, for me, that's my favorite category, dear folks.
Is that like the hog calling contest?
Is
that what it's going to be like?
I think it's even better. Oh, yeah. Especially if they put a little English into it, you know.
Love it. Oh, my. This is going to be interesting.
Man.
All
right.
I can tell you is that if you want some additional information, you know, feel free to contact, if you know a Kiwanian, contact them, but, you know, come on down to the event there at Exit 20, there at Tri-State Exhibition Center, but also on Facebook. You can look up the Cleveland Kiwanis Club, Cleveland, Tennessee Kiwanis Club on Facebook. We've got information there also. You may join in with a group, friend us, whatnot, and we'll add you on there and make a request, and we'll go from there. But we've got additional information, registration information, and so forth on there as well.
That is great. See.
And a lot of people may not know, believe it or not, where Tri-State Exhibition Center is. As Chris just said,
that's true.
If you can find Exit 20, go like you're going to the landfill or to the movie theater or wherever you want to say, or to the new pilot that's there. But go west from the freeway, and if you keep going straight ahead, you'll hit the landfill. Well, don't go quite that far. It's to your right. There's a big horse stalls there, beautiful area. They have a lot of events. And I know you're thinking everybody knows where that is. Not everybody necessarily does. So.
You know, I have been there one time. Of course, I live in McMinn County.
Right.
So, but I've been there one time, but I was trying to think in the back of my head, now, how did I get there?
Right, that's it. And it's incredibly, it's one of those places, once you go twice, you got it down. The first time, you're like, ah.
Yeah, so that is great. I am so glad you guys came out and you know, hung out with me today. And I'm honored to have our president for next year with us today. So I'm really looking forward to your reign over our crew. Your reign over our group. So.
But he gets coronated pretty soon, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
Or chlorinated or something.
Chlorinated. Probably don't like it.
All right, but tell everybody again what time.
Hey, the sign-ups are at 9 a.m. on Saturday, tomorrow morning. And then the show starts, let's tell everybody at 10 o'clock. It actually starts a few minutes after 10, but be ready to go at 10 o'clock.
At the Tri-State
Exhibition Center. We're going to have a good time.
It sounds like it's going to be a great time. Guys, thank you again. Everybody go out and support the Kiwanis Club. Take your dog. Great, wholesome fun. Thank you again, guys, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Well, I couldn't get them to leave. I can't get them to go. They love talking about Kiwanis so much that they were like, we forgot to talk about this and we forgot to talk about that, so they wouldn't leave. So, Chris and Bruce, thank you for staying around.
Yes, we're looking forward to being here the rest
that.
of the day with you. That's Greg, you know. What time's lunch?
Well, you know, we can stick around, maybe hit the old fort later.
There we go, all right.
So, but no, I knew you guys had a couple other things that you wanted to bring up. One of the things that I know is really important to Kiwanis is the international. You know, we have the local, you know, club, but tell us a little bit about international and kind of their responsibilities there.
Well, our project for this year, and actually for the next 3 to 4 years internationally, is a project called Eliminate. It's maternal neonatal tetanus.
See, I couldn't say that if I wanted to.
Yeah, you know how much I've practiced that.
I know, you've had to.
But it is something that I personally did not know about myself, but primarily to the continent of Africa and some of the other countries, you know, in sub-Asia, sub-Asian continents and India and so forth, where they're actually, it's a horrible disease. It's actually passed on from the mother to the child. And literally, we've eradicated, practically speaking, tetanus in this country years ago, even though you may hear tetanus shots and so forth.
Right.
It's just, you take it for granted that it just doesn't exist anymore. But it does in Africa.
Right.
And a fella who we ran into, John Mayfield, actually went over there. And some of his kin folks, Jim Mayfield, here locally in town. And but John went over to Sierra Leone in Africa and actually witnessed, was there for a week, and he indicated is that he saw lots of things where these children that were, you know, literally, you know, 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old, and if they live to be 3 or 4 months old, it's a miracle.
Wow.
And complete convulsions and just horrible, and the mothers can't hold the children because it hurts them.
Oh.
And it is and the mothers are just, and John really put a human face to it, actually having seen it, instead of just reading something on a flyer or hearing somebody talk about it, made it real. And but our program is to help with, it's a partnership with UNICEF, and we're moving forward to try to eradicate maternal neonatal tetanus worldwide. And it is a reasonable, feasible goal to achieve for the cost of literally, you know, $3.80. We're talking about manufacture, the syringe, actually transporting and actually administering it. You can protect another child from being born of having that horrible disease.
See, that's incredible that it's so inexpensive.
That's right.
You know,
You know, and in our district, we've already raised a little over $300,000, and internationally, we've raised millions of dollars so far, just in going into the second year of this program. So we in years past, IDD,
I remember
deficiency
IDD
and so forth, you know, that we worked on that project as well. But this is something that really brings it home to us, particularly having small children. I cannot imagine in my wildest dreams of having a child that would be having convulsions, and you could not touch that child and comfort that child and wipe its tears away because it hurts it.
Well, especially when the cure is so inexpensive, so easy to administer, you know, when it just seems like something that should have been eradicated years and years ago.
That's right.
So that's the I'm not even going to try to say it.
MNT.
Eliminate. That's what I'm just going to say, the Eliminate Project.
Yes.
So
when you eliminate something, it's gone. It's not coming back.
Exactly.
So this is not a dream goal of, you know, oh, we're going to make it better. We're fortunate that the science exists to eliminate it for good. And that's encouraging.
Yeah, see, that's amazing. Now, tell us a little more about some of the district, you know, opportunities. I know you just came back from a district meeting.
Right.
So tell us a little more about some things. I know they did a school supply drive.
That's correct. With the Kentucky-Tennessee district, you got you know, over 150 clubs between the two states. The challenge is to each club to bring, you know, crayons and pencils and glue and backpacks and all that stuff, and have a competition between the blue of Kentucky and the orange of Tennessee. So we got up there, we generated a lot of supplies to take up with us. Tracy Hamilton here locally, a member of our club as well, went with me, and we had a good time up there, met a lot of good people, and that entire competition turned out being the winners were the kids.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, that's the whole thing, is that those supplies have been brought back and distributed back through the district itself, through our lieutenant governors. But that's, you know, we do those kinds of things. Our partnerships we got with Boys and Girls Clubs, you know, we can go down the line. But really, the thing it is that I think is awfully important, Bruce and I share this in common, is talking about civic responsibility. And we try to do that, just not talk it, but walk the walk. You know, we do these things on fundraisers and trying to give back to the community, but also countless hours, whether it's doing reality checks in the high schools or the middle schools, or whether it be, you know, volunteering hours over at the Boys and Girls Clubs, or whatever cause it may be, even doing cleanups or going to our service leadership clubs, builders clubs at the middle school, the key clubs, trying to participate in their projects and show them that members of the community who are civic-minded, who have the best interest of the community at heart, are out trying to help them, show them the way, show them by example, so whenever they go to college or they go into a vocation of their choice, they will come back and consider, if it may not be Kiwanis, we hope it is, but if it's not, a civic organization to give back in terms of community service, back to their community in some form of fashion.
Yeah. And it's amazing to see, you know, because when I was a member in Athens, you know, I'd been there for a long time, but had a girl that received a Kiwanis scholarship, and I saw her again just a few months ago here in Cleveland, and she thanked me for the, you know, for the scholarship. It's things that last, you know, these things, you know, us going to the Boys and Girls Club reading, these kids remember these things, and it's things that put an imprint on them for the rest of their lives, to be civic minded and to give back to the community what was given to them.
And it's like with 4-H clubs.
Yeah.
All right, the public speaking contest, the Kiwanis Club of Cleveland has sponsored that for literally now decades.
Right.
That's no joke.
Right.
And serving as judges, and the ribbons and the trophies that are given there also. But it is absolutely, whenever you see some of the bad things on TV, and sometimes newspaper, radio, whatever it is, you hear all these horror stories about young people in our community. All you have to do is look around you and just take a pause, a deep breath, and you can see, whether it's in those classrooms or in those public speaking contests, you see the best and brightest. You see the next generation of leaders in our community. You see the next, you know, role models and examples that are going to lead us on into the years to come. And that is an awful important part of being a small part of a Kiwanian, is actually being there to help lead the way for the next generation. It's
kind of awe-striking when you really think about it that way. You know, but it is. It's so important to give back.
That's a big reason why I'm in Kiwanis is because growing up and even as a teenager, you would see the adults, and the older you get, the more you realize they don't have to be doing that. You know, no one in Kiwanis is getting paid anything, or the other civic clubs.
Right.
There's plenty, and we're fortunate to be in a part of the country where people are more volunteer-minded and help.
Yeah.
You know, the tornado outbreak in 2011 is an excellent example of that. But nonetheless, you know, you've got to be there all the time and let those young people see that. Otherwise, you know, the chain will break eventually.
Exactly.
We all get me instead of give.
Right. That's why I always took my kids to a lot of the events with me. You know, give them an idea of, you know I don't have to do this, but I enjoy doing this. I love doing this. And it's fun. And, you know, my kids can be pretty good workers. I can put them to work when I need to.
There you go.
My dad always sent me to somebody else's house. He said, I work better for somebody else than I would for him.
They always do. They really do. Why is that the way it is?
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet.
You know, one of the things that my daughter did, or it was, both my children did it, but my son, the year he did it, was the reality check. I get so tickled when they pull a job out of the hat. You know, this is your job. You make this amount of money per month. Now go buy housing, go buy utilities, go buy this, go buy that. Well, I was there the year my son did it. And he came up to me and he said, Mom, I'm a truck driver and I make $800 and I just had twins. And I was like, oh, wow, you have a tight budget. He asked me, he was trying to find childcare. And he came back and he said, Mom, you can just babysit. You can keep the kids for me, right? And I was like, no, I'm still working. So I made it harder on him. No, I'm still working. I can't. So, but yeah, the Kiwanis Club has really great programs. It's fun. It's civic duty, you know, something we all need to do. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for sticking around, even though I couldn't get rid of you. Yeah. So, no, I'm really glad you stuck around and talked. And go out to the dog show tomorrow, hang out with us, and we'll have a good time tomorrow. So, we'll be back in just a few minutes, and maybe I can get rid of these guys now. Get Kim back on here.
We'll see you in a minute.
You might take a minute.